A lot of entrepreneurs build a funnel, launch it, and then when the sales don't immediately roll in, they think funnels just don't work for me. But that is not true. Funnels do work, and the problem isn't normally the funnel itself. It's how it's built, how it's optimized. So if you have tried once and it flopped, that's actually not a failure. It is data if you let it to be. You are not failing, you are learning. And I promise you that every single tweak that you make is gonna get you closer to a version that actually works for you. Funnels are not just sales tools, they are data machines. There is a huge difference between someone making $1,000 a month from their funnel and someone making $100,000. One is tracking their data, and the other is probably guessing. Funnels are not magic tricks. They are not mystical. They are really easy if you make them work. So here's the thing. A lot of entrepreneurs build a funnel, launch it, and then when the sales don't immediately roll in, they think funnels just don't work for me. But that is not true. Funnels do work if you make them work. They are how I've scaled offers to multiple six figures a month, not once, but consistently. And the problem isn't normally the funnel itself. It's how it's built, how it's optimized. And so in this video, what I'm going to do is break down why your funnel might not be working right now. And it's probably not what you think. I'm going to explain the exact strategy that I personally use to build funnels that actually scale. And then we're going to talk about the marketing psychology that turns an underperforming funnel into a money-making machine. And here's the deal. If you stick with me to the end, you'll have a really clear roadmap for creating a funnel that doesn't just work, but it actually scales. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the most common reasons your funnel might not be working. And spoiler alert, it's rarely just about the landing page or the ads. It usually goes a lot deeper than that. So the first thing is you probably tried once, it didn't work, and then you gave up. This is hands down the biggest mindset block that I see. You build a funnel, you launch it, and when it doesn't bring in this flood of sales right away, you tell yourself, well, funnels just aren't for me. Funnels aren't for my business. This is not how to connect with my ideal client. But let me ask you this. Would you expect the first Facebook ad you ever ran to be a winner or to close every single sales call that you take? Of course you wouldn't. And funnels work the exact same way. So the entrepreneurs hitting $100,000 months aren't doing it with their first funnel. They are doing it probably with their 10th iteration of a funnel that they've tested, tweaked and optimized and really learned from over time. So if you have tried once and it flopped, that's actually not a failure. It is data if you let it to be. What you actually need to ask yourself is a few really, really important questions. So where is the funnel actually breaking down? Are people clicking, but they're not opting in? Are they opting in, but they're just not buying? Maybe they drop off at the checkout page. Your funnel tells a story and numbers are the chapters. So if you're not reading these numbers right, you're probably missing the entire plot. So here is what to do instead. The first thing is you're going to commit to testing. So if your funnel doesn't convert the first time, please do not scrap it. Look at the numbers. Is the problem the click-through rate, the conversion rate, the sales page? Funnels are an experiment. You are not failing, you are learning. And I promise you that every single tweak that you make is going to get you closer to a version that actually works for you. The next thing that might ruffle a few feathers is you are looking for a cheat code instead of being curious. And I get it. I get it. Everyone wants the shortcut. Me too. The exact template, the perfect ad copy, the email sequence that guarantees conversions. But here's the reality. Copying someone else's funnel without understanding exactly why it works is like trying to bake a cake without knowing what the ingredients actually do or what order they go into. You can follow recipes, sure, but if the cake flops, you won't know, was it the flour? Was it the way I mixed it? Was it the temperature? Was it the fact that I forgot this baking powder? Funnels work the exact same way. The people making serious money from their funnels, and I know that you're seeing them, they are not blindly following templates. They are not just seeing one person do it and copying. What they're doing is understanding the psychology behind why certain hooks, offers, and sequences convert. So instead of asking, what is the best funnel template? What exactly are you doing? What hook are you using? Ask the questions that help you dive deeper. So why is this working for the people? What messaging are they using? How are they overcoming really important objections? What is their price point and how does this really compete in the market? What traffic source is driving 90% of their traffic? What I would recommend is actually going through 3 to 5 successful funnels in your niche, like actually sign up for them. Look at absolutely everything from the beginning to the end. So what made you want to click? What grabbed your attention? Where throughout the funnel did you hesitate and feel like you needed something more? What emails did they send? How often? What kind of hooks were they using? And when you approach funnels with this kind of curiosity instead of chasing shortcuts, you start to see the patterns behind what actually drives conversions. And the great thing about this is you can then build your own funnel from first principles because you actually understand the psychology that you need to implement. The third thing is you might not be treating your funnel like a data machine. So if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Funnels are not just sales tools, they are data machines. There is a huge difference between someone making $1,000 a month from their funnel and someone making $100,000. One is tracking their data and the other is probably guessing. So if you are not looking at your funnel's numbers, you really are flying blind. You don't know, is it my offer that's flopping? Is my funnel not converting? Do I just not have enough traffic? There are a few really key metrics that I recommend everyone track. I'll give you a few of them, but again, you really need to understand what the journey is that someone takes. So think about your click-through rate. If it is under 2%, your ad or your headline is not hitting the mark. Your landing page conversion rate, strong is probably 20 to 30%, and it should be a lot higher if it's organic. If it's below 15%, then your copy needs work. Add to cart rate, this should be around 10 to 20%. If it's lower, your offer might not actually be positioned right. You can also be thinking about your sales conversion rate. So normally, from the very beginning of your funnel to making a sale at the end, you really want to be aiming for 2 to 5%. That is really typical for cold traffic, and then 5 to 10% for warm traffic. So there's a big difference in where your traffic is actually coming from. So a few things you can do to fix this. It's actually really easy, and you do not need to be a tech guru, I promise. You can install Google Analytics and the Facebook Pixel. Run heat maps on your landing page to study your buyer and see what they're doing. So see exactly where people are dropping off. See exactly what they're doing before they click buy. Another thing that I love doing, and I actually don't ever run a funnel without doing this, is setting up A/B tests for headlines, calls to action, and even pricing if that's available to you. Funnels that scale are not built on guesswork, they are built on data, and you really have to be willing to commit to learning the data, understanding the data, and then implementing based on the data. The data will give you all the clues that you need, but most people will not look at the numbers because it's too scary and will move on to doing a whole new funnel or trying something else. The fourth thing is your funnel might not actually be matching buyer psychology, right? Here is where a lot of people go wrong. They build their funnel based on what they think will work, not what their buyer actually needs to see or hear before they're ready to purchase. I've been guilty of this myself. I always think I know best. This is what I would need to hear. This is what I would want to see. But we all know it has to be about our ideal client. So every buyer is going to go through 4 stages before they make a decision. And we've talked about this a lot, but I want to double down on it because I want you to really understand where are your buyers. And it's probably going to differ, but whether they're coming from cold traffic, warm traffic, hot traffic. But the first stage is problem aware. They know they have an issue, but they do not know the solution or even that there is a solution. The second stage is solution aware. So they know solutions exist, but they just have not picked one. The third stage is product aware. So they are actually starting to compare you to competitors. And the fourth stage is most aware. So they are ready to buy, but they need that final push. They need really convincing on the final step, right? Most funnels will actually fail because they skip the first 3 stages entirely. People will assume that their ideal client knows they've got a problem, they know that there's a solution, and they know exactly what the solution is. Please do not make those assumptions. If you are sending cold traffic straight to a sales page, what you're basically doing is asking someone to buy before they even know why they should trust you. We do not want to do this. This is what a funnel can do for us. If your landing page doesn't handle their objections, people will just bounce straight off. They will just leave that page and they'll forget about it. And if you are not nurturing leads after they opt into the very beginning of your funnel, you are always leaving money on the table. That's what we really, really want to focus on. When I talk about the journey of a funnel, it's when a lead opts in, what are we doing to build that know, like, and trust factor? What are we doing to bring them through those 4 stages? So here is what to do instead. What you want to do is create content for each stage. So that's ads, emails, and retargeting campaigns that move people from problem aware to literally, here's my credit card, I am ready to buy. You also want to build trust way before the pitch, way before the pitch. This could be value-driven emails, case studies, testimonials, whatever it's going to take to have your ideal client know that they can really trust you with this purchase. I want you to think about adding strategic scarcity and urgency. So that's things like limited time bonuses, countdown timers, fast action pricing. Because when your funnel matches your buyer's psychology, you're going to see conversions skyrocket because you're meeting people where they are, not where you wish they were. And even when I'm sharing this, right, you can see that funnels are a lot of work. Here's why I always recommend you focus. One product, one funnel, let's make it work. Okay, number 5 is your offer might not be optimized for conversions. So sometimes it's not the funnel that's broken. And we need to talk about that. It's the actual offer itself. And most people don't want to hear this. You can have the best funnel in the world, but if your offer doesn't feel like a no-brainer, people will not buy. So high converting offers usually have 4 things. So let's talk about them. The first is a clear pain-driven hook. It should be really obvious why someone needs this. You should also have a price point that feels aligned with the value, not what you feel like charging. So it could be $47 to $97 for a low ticket, $297 to $997 for a core offer if you are in the information space. You also really want stacked bonuses that remove objections, templates, checklist, fast action calls. I also love adding risk reversal guarantees. This alone can increase your conversions by 30 to 40%. So to optimize your offer, ask yourself, is the promise clear? So really making it clear what result they're going to get. Are you offering bonuses that eliminate hesitation? Have you tested multiple different price points to understand what your ideal client's willing to pay? Sometimes a $497 offer even converts better than a $297 because of that perceived value. Your offer is the heart of your funnel. If it's not converting at all, that's where I really want you to start. Number 6 is, and this probably doesn't apply to you because you're here, but let's talk about it. You're not investing in learning, so it's taking you way longer. Funnels are a skill. Like anything else, the more you invest in learning, the faster you're going to get results. You can spend 3 years trying to piece together yourself with duct tape, right? Or 3 months learning from someone who's already figured it out. That's what I did. Every single time I've invested in a mentor, a course, hired someone ahead of me, put my head into YouTube and podcasts, I have skipped years of trial and error. So if you really are serious about scaling, invest in learning. Listen, maybe even join us in Freedom Fast Track. That's exactly what we do. Or diving deep into other people's funnels breakdowns. It's really, really worth understanding how you can shortcut a lot of this. So now that you know why most funnels actually fail, let's talk about how you can build one that actually scales, because I know that is why you're here. So step 1, you need to choose the right funnel type. Not every funnel works for every business. Your offer price, traffic source, and sales model determine the best type of funnel for you. So here are 3 of the most profitable funnel types. There's a low ticket funnel. So really great for digital products priced between $47 and $497. This funnel will turn cold leads into buyers and really prime them for upsells. There is a high ticket application funnel, which is perfect for coaching, consulting, services, anything priced between $2,000 to $25,000, qualifies leads and warms them up before a sales call. Or you've got evergreen webinar funnels, my personal favorite, and these are ideal for digital products, or courses priced between $497 and say $2,000 or $3,000. And this can sell at scale through an automated webinar. So that's just 3 different funnel types. But what you really want to do is pick a funnel type that aligns with your offer before you build anything. Step 2 is that you really want to create an irresistible ideal client qualifier. So your funnel starts with an entry point, And not just any ideal client qualifier or lead magnet will do. It needs to attract buyers, not just freebie seekers. Most people make the mistake of creating something really generic, a checklist, a bland ebook, and it just doesn't qualify your ideal clients. So winning lead magnet ideal client qualifiers include things like mini audits or scorecards. For example, find out why your funnel isn't converting. Here's a free audit. A short workshop or a challenge that offers real value, a quick win solution that solves an immediate problem, like a spreadsheet, something that they can plug and play. And I really want you to think, would my ideal client pay for this? If not, rethink it. It has to be valuable. It has to demonstrate that you are really good at what you do. Otherwise, think again, they are not going to buy from you if your freebie does not demonstrate your value. Step 3 is optimizing your landing page. Your landing page can completely make or break your funnel. So you've probably seen great examples, but just high level, here's what a high converting page will include. It will have a clear results driven headline. You'll skip all the fluff. It's a very clear benefit driven headline, and then you're going to have a sub headline that really answers why someone should care about what you're doing. Then you want to jump into bullet points that really hit both pain points and pleasure points. What are they moving away from and what do they want to move toward? A really strong call to action. So don't say submit or sign up. Say something like get instant access. And then just minimal distractions. Yes, design is important, but it shouldn't be distracting. You don't really want to have any social buttons on there. You don't want to have any unnecessary links. And then look at the data. So if your landing page isn't converting at 30% or higher, I really want you to think about testing different hooks, different headlines, play with the initial headline, the sub headline, the bullet points, the color of the button, what the button says. Like really test everything because you never know what's going to hit. Step 4 is you want to build a profitable back end. So the front end attracts attention, but the back end of your funnel is where the money is made. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. So here is how to maximize every buyer that comes to your funnel. Because listen, the person that can spend the most to acquire a client is the person that will win on ads. And so that's what's going to happen when you are building a profitable back end. So some ideas is add an order bump. 20 to 30% of buyers should take an order bump. So if you sell a $47 ebook, add a $27 bonus template. Offer at least one upsell. 20% of people should take your upsell. So if you are selling a 197 course, upsell a 497 coaching call with you. You can also include a second upsell. Even if only 10% of people take it, it will boost your average order value. Listen, the more you can spend on a customer, the more you will win at ads. And then please don't forget about your email sequences. These are really important. For example, an abandoned cart sequence could recover 10 to 20% of lost sales. A post-purchase nurture sequence could move your buyers into other offers that you've got because you're delivering such a great service with the one that they've bought. And then an evergreen nurture sequence can just really keep your leads engaged until they're ready to buy, because not everyone that jumps into your funnel is ready to buy right away. So make sure you keep nurturing them. Make sure you keep delivering value and building that know, like, and trust factor with your audience. And then step 5, scale with the right traffic strategy. So we talk about this a lot, but you need a really good offer, you need a highly converting funnel, and you need a consistent traffic source. Those 3 things are what I call your sales engine, and it's essential. So once your funnel is converting, it's time to scale. So if you are using paid traffic, which I recommend you do use alongside organic, you can use retargeting ads to cut your cost per acquisition in half. Leverage AI-driven ad scaling like Meta's Advantage Plus campaigns. There's so much you can do there that can really change the game with your campaigns and just make them a lot more effective. Test multiple creatives. Don't just scale one ad. Test 5, test 10. Throw more ads into the mix every single month. You never know what's going to land. And then when it comes to organic traffic, create content that feeds into your funnel. We talk about this a lot, but pick a platform and go all in. You can also do things like SEO-driven blogs or videos to really attract cold leads into your funnel, people who've never heard about you before but could actually join from a video like that. You can also think about building partnerships with affiliates who have an audience of your ideal clients. They can drive really pre-qualified traffic for you. And then when it comes to email marketing, the first thing is I really want you to be clear how you segment your list. Make sure you're emailing your list with things that they actually want. So warm leads might get one offer, cold leads might get another kind of campaign. You can also run win-back campaigns to re-engage old leads. A lot of people think if they didn't buy the first time, they're never going to buy. You'd be really surprised what could happen if you drop them back into the funnel 3 months later. And then again, using AI-driven tools to really optimize subject lines, content. There is so much support out there. You do not need to be doing this all on your own and all in the dark. So kind of bringing it to a close, funnels are not magic tricks. They are not mystical. They are really easy if you make them work. They are engineered systems designed to move people from who on earth are you to here's my credit card. So let's just recap all the things that we talked about. I want you to choose the right funnel for your offer. Make sure you've built a really high converting ideal client qualifier and landing page. Stack your backend to maximize revenue. Scale with traffic that works and traffic you can send consistently. And then if this video helped you, what you can do is DM me the word roadmap on Instagram at I am Natalie, and I'll actually send you a breakdown of a real $100,000 a month funnel. And what you can do is dive in there and start to see what it looks like to run a funnel that really, really converts. I'll give you everything, my entire 7-figure roadmap. So DM me at I am Natalie on Instagram. And then if you're really serious about building a funnel and a sales engine in your business, hop on the waitlist for Freedom Fast Track. We're going to be opening soon, so any links that you need I'll put in the show notes below. Go check it out, find out a bit more about the program, and then you can hop on the waitlist. I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.